Law of Supply. Introduction. The law of supply was introduced by Professor Alfred Marshall in his books Principles of Economics, published in 1890. The law explains the functional relationship between price and quantity supplied. Statement of the law. According to Alfred Marshall, other things being constant, higher the price of commodity, more is the quantity supplied, and lower the price of commodity, less is the quantity supplied. In other words, other factors remaining constant, a rise in price results in a rise in the quantity supplied, and vice versa. Thus, there is a direct relationship between price and quantity supplied. It can be graphically represented with the help of following schedule and diagram. Supply schedule. The table explains the direct relationship between price and quantity of commodity supplied. When price rises from rupees 10 to 20, 30, 40 and 50, the supply also rises from 100 to 200, 300, 400 and 500 units respectively. It means when price rises, supply also rises, and when price falls, supply also falls. Thus, there is a direct relationship between price and quantity supplied, which is shown in the following figure. The supply curve. Explanation of the diagram. In the figure, x-axis represents the quantity supplied for the commodity. Y-axis represents the price of the commodity. SS is the supply curve. The supply curve slopes upward from left to right. In other words, it indicates a direct relationship between price and demand. Supply of labor. Exceptions of law of supply. Point number 1. Supply of labor. Point number 2. Agricultural goods. Point number 3. Urgent need for cash. Point number 4. Perishable goods. Point number 5. Rare goods. But after a certain exceptions of law of supply. Point number 1. Supply of labor. Labor supply is the total number of hours that workers work at a given wage rate. The workers are interested in high wage rate till a certain point. Once that point is achieved, they may like to devote their time in leisure activities. So after a particular point, the workers may no longer be interested in high wages. This simply means that initially the supply of labor is directly related to wages, but after a certain level, the relation between wages and supply turns inversely related. In case of labor, as the wage rate rises, the supply of labor would increase. If the seller is in urgent need for supply does not apply to agricultural goods as they are produced in a specific season and their production depends on weather conditions. Farm products is nothing but a play of climate. Such products may not obey the law of supply as they may not react to changes in prices due to heavy dependency on weather conditions. Point number 3. Urgent need for cash. If the seller is in urgent need for hard cash, he may sell his product at price which may be even below the market price. The seller may face a time when he is in immediate need of funds. At such situation, he may supply the goods in the market even at lower prices.
Effective marketing of product and services results into industrialization, more jobs.
Point number 4. Perishable goods. The commodities fall in different classes and not all of them can be stored for a longer period of time. Certain goods have very short shelf life and they need to be available in the market before they perish. Example of perishable goods are fruits, sea produce, flowers, meat, vegetables, and so on. Point number 5. Rare goods. The goods that are rare, such as artistic or precious goods, have a limited supply. The supply of these goods cannot be increased according to their demand or rising prices. Thus, even if their price increase, the supply cannot be increased. In this case, also the law of supply shall not apply.